Hey y'all, we are back and we are making the last of the 3 aprons. We are making a cash apron. I use this at my farm market stand to hold my cash in. I have people that get them for restaurant aprons, they get them for garage sale aprons, whatever you want to use them for. So we had our feed bag. It's all washed, it's inside out. You're going to cut the back panel off and set it aside because we're going to need it in a little bit. So you're going to have the front of the feed bag and the 2 sides. I then take the feed bag and I fold top to bottom. Don't do a firm crease on this part right here. We're going to end up manipulating the bag so that the pitcher is the center of the apron. And also don't worry if the bottom isn't cut straight. Your stitching is going to make it straight. So when you stitch, you are going to stitch about 1/4 inch inside of the perforated line from the original feed bag. Once you've stitched that, you're going to manipulate your feed bag a little bit to get your pitcher. And you can kind of see the picture through the bag to get your pitcher centered. And this, you are going to do a firm finger crease on both the top and the bottom edges. Once you have this pushed down as well as you can, pick one side. It doesn't matter if it's this one or this one. And we're going to stitch it shut approximately 1/2 inch in from the edge of the bag. Once you have that stitched, you're going to clip both corners here and up here. Now that you have both corners clipped, you are going to turn this right side out. Now that we have it right side out, again, the corners are not going to be very tight. This is a very unforgiving medium to sew with, so as best you can. And now you're going to finger press all 3 of your rounded edges. Once you've finger pressed these 3 edges down, the 4th edge that we use to turn, fold the bag, the edge approximately between 1/2 inch and 1 inch in, so that they meet all the way down. And then you're going to stitch this about 1/4 inch in from the edge shut. Once you've stitched that shut, go ahead and set your apron aside, and the piece that we had cut out of the back that we set aside for later, we're going to make 2 pockets. You can do it with 1. I like 2 pockets in my aprons. It's your choice. When you're using the back section of your bag, chances are that the original bag seam is going to be there. You don't want that in your pocket. It can be very difficult to manipulate. Because I like to make my work a little easier, what I did is I went right up to the seam and I cut the whole top section of the bag out. And then I folded that in half and made my 2 pockets here. This piece we're done with for now, but remember, don't throw it away, set it aside. Later on, probably another 2-3 weeks, we will be making things out of our leftover pieces of feed bag. With your pockets, this top section here, this is the finished edge of the original feed bag. Here's your perforated seam. You're going to fold it over about 1/4 inch past that perforated line. You're going to finger press, do this to both pockets. Finger press this down. Now we're going to stitch both pockets about 1/2 to 1/4 to 1/2 inch in on either side at the top. Once you have both pockets stitched, you're going to clip the corners on both sides of both pockets. Once you've clipped all 4 corners, you're going to turn this right side out. Once you've turned it right side out, again, remember, don't worry, it's not going to be a sharp corner. Now we're going to stitch in between the perforated and the finished edge of the original feed bag. We're going to stitch down. When we get to this, we're going to back stitch up and down, and we're going to do one continuous stitch all the way around till we finish the edges of both pockets. We now have both pockets ready. I'm going to bring back our apron and find a spot on it that you like to put your pockets. Try and evenly space them out. A lot of times I will take the center of the side of the original feed bag and use that to line it up. That usually leaves the picture that I was trying to get on the apron open so you can see it. I'm going to take two stick pins. I've had a couple people ask me why I don't like to use a lot of pins, and there's a couple reasons. The first one is I am not always the quickest about pulling pins out as I'm sewing, and I don't really like to stop and start. I want to just keep sewing and get whatever I'm working on done. Second reason is the feed bags, because it's not a fabric, the holes from your pins can still be visible after you remove it, and I don't really like that look of it, so I try to pin as little amount as possible. So go ahead and place your pockets wherever you want. Once you have your pockets placed, make sure you look at the overall. Do you like how it looks? Yep, I'm good with this. We are going to stitch down, over, and back up on both pockets, and you're gonna, not that you would be able to avoid it, but it's okay, you're supposed to be sewing through both layers of the apron. Now that we have both of our pockets attached, let's see if it'll show up on my phone. You can see where the pin marks are, and that bugs me. Anyways, next you're going to take some ribbon. You want either 1.5 or 2 inch wide ribbon. Me, I am not a skinny girl, so I usually use about 3 yards of ribbon, but it's your preference. You're going to cut your ribbon in half. Once you've cut your ribbon in half, you have 2 equal lengths. Make sure you do something to finish off the edges of your ribbons. I just use a lighter and melt it down a little bit. You can use a match, you can use fray check, whatever you prefer. Again, I don't use fray check because I don't want to spend the money on it. A lighter's much easier to use, and I can use it over and over. So take 1 length of your ribbon, and we are going to, this right here is the line. This was the side of the feed bag. This is the line where the front of the feed bag started, and I use that as my guide. And we are going to attach our ribbon right there, and we're going to stitch all the way around the outside, and then we're going to do crosses down the middle, and I'll show you when I get all done with that. I have the first side of the ribbon attached, and it's kind of hard to see, but you're going to stitch all the way around. You're going to want 2 layers, or 2 lines of stitching on this end, oops, sorry, in this end, and then across down the middle. And once you have that on, it's on tight, then you can go ahead and put your ribbon on your other side, the same way. And there you have it. We have a cash apron. And attach your little tag. And there we have it, a cash apron. Thanks everybody for watching. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, both under Howling Moon Farm. And come out and say hi next week when we make firewood totes. Bye.